Okay, I believe we are live now. Let me know if you guys can see and hear me in the chat. And then we can get started with everything. Also, if you can see everything, let me know if this is a good zoom distance, if you guys can see my code just fine. Cool, thanks Robert. Yes, so Robert and Trevin, I believe you guys were the only ones that missed last week. And Robert, you said that you got caught up with the video, but you have some errors. Oh, the box around my picture. Trevin, are you all caught up? Did you look at the video from last week? I'll see if I can try to fix the box around me. Yeah, I can see how that'd be annoying. I don't know if I can fix it. It's alright, it's not covering any code. Okay, yeah, so there are a few errors in mine, obviously, because we aren't getting a grid anymore. But they're super easy fixes that I'll show you guys right now. Is it just Robert and Trevin today? Is Jan here? Or Noah? Yeah, actually, before you guys submit your code, let's try and fix these quick errors that I'm going to show you right now. And if you still have errors after that, then you can submit code, and then we'll try to fix everything before we move on. So the first error is in our show function right here, and it's actually so. Oh, you go by Bob? No, sorry about that. Okay, Bob from now on. Got it. Okay, so this if else right here is saying if there is a mine, then we want to display it with an ellipse. Otherwise, we want to display a rectangle. But then, for some reason, I closed that else statement right here, which we don't want to do. So let's delete this curly bracket and then put it down here so it encompasses this if statement as well. Then we'll tab all this. Yeah, sorry. Okay. So all I did was there was a curly bracket right here, and it was making it so this if statement right here was never even reached. So I deleted the curly bracket and then just brought it down here. Did everyone get that? Super quick fix. And this is in the our show function for our cell. And then let me know when everyone changed that, and then we can move on. There shouldn't be any errors in this, so you shouldn't be getting this little caution symbol. It should look pretty clean. So once everyone has that, then we can go fix the other quite big error. That will get us our grid back. Okay, Robert's got it. And just one more time, if you guys need to hear it, we just deleted the curly bracket that was on this line right here, and then put it down here. Oh, it's still too far? Okay, hopefully that's zoomed in enough. So there was a curly bracket here after our else. Okay. Well, let's fix the other thing, and then you guys can, both Robert and Trevin can submit their code, and then we'll try to get that working. And hopefully this is plenty zoomed. But it looks like everyone's done now, so we're gonna now let's go down to our function setup right here, and then where we have our for loop right here where we say grid ij equals new cell I times w j times w, we want to delete both of the times w's because that was the whole point of the I and j that we made in our function cell up here. See, because I is already being multiplied by w and j is already being multiplied by w, and then we have I, j right here. So it's unnecessary to multiply it again. But because we added that ij, the way we were doing it before did require the multiplication of w, but since we created these ij variables as a data member of cell, we no longer need to multiply by w. So again, there was a times w to both these I and j's that we deleted. And now, if all of your code is working, which it might not be, but if you got your grid back, then we should be seeing numbers now. See? And actually let's fix that number. Doesn't look very, it's off-centered, so let's go back to show, and where we are revealing the neighbor count, let's do text this dot neighbor count this dot x plus this dot w times 0.5. Then let's do this dot w minus, like, let's try like 7, 5. Let's try 5 minus 5. That looks better. Okay, yeah. So minus 5. And it's hard to see with how zoomed in I am, but this text right here in neighbor count, we just did this dot y minus 5. Okay, so yeah, then this will be okay. So how about everyone just submit their code and what they have right now, and then we'll just work through them one by one. Try and get them all fixed. So Robert's is already submitted, so we'll do his first. Oh, Trevin's got his in too. Okay, but I'm just gonna do them in the order of when they're submitted. Okay, so I'm pulling yours up onto the screen, Robert. No, you don't have to resubmit. I believe it's live. And zoom out. Okay, so I'm just gonna go through this line by line. That's good. It's not live? Well, either way, we just made a few fixes, so function cell, this dot I, j, this dot j, j. Looks good. It's dot neighbor. Okay, so first thing I'm seeing right here is your neighbor. I don't know if this is consistent, but you have a T right here. Maybe the rest are no, so you don't. So right here, Robert, you have neighbor a T in your neighbor count, but then when you reference neighbor count down here, you're not repeating that T. So I think you might have just accidentally typed that T. And also, we're no longer using this randomization for our mines, so we can delete this and just compact it down to, I'll zoom in here. So, oh great, was that the only error? But also, you want to change these right here. We're not, so see how my function cell right here is just this dot neighbor count equals 0, this dot mine equals false, and this dot revealed equals false. Yours should look like that as well, because we're no longer putting mines in with this randomization. Now we're using an actual variable, global variable, where we can control the exact number of mines. So let's see if there's anything else we need to update. So these continues right here need to be with a U where the I is. Okay, cool. Well, sounds like a plan. So yeah, change these continues right here to CONTINUE, and that's especially important that you spell correctly, because that's not a function that we defined ourselves. That's a function of JavaScript. Cool, you got that fixed. Now let's see. Cool. It looks like this this is a live link, so I can see all the updates. Var I equals this dot I. Continue var. Okay, so check. So this, your Y off for loop should be. Oh wait, it might be good. I'm just reading it. No, you're good. You're good. Sorry. Awesome. So your count mines function is good. Let's go to show now. If it's revealed, then the mine, show the mine, else. Oops. I think every time you update it, it bounces me back up to the top. If this is revealed, else, fill. Okay, cool. You fixed the curly bracket error that I had. That all looks good. And then your reveal is good. That's just returning whether it's revealed or not. Or it just sets it to true when we click it. And then contains return X. Good. Alright, let's check setup. Create canvas. Grid, interior for var I. Columns plus J rows. Alright, cool. You fixed the I times thing. Columns. Push IJ, good. Okay, hopefully we find an error soon. All looks good though. Huh. Yeah, I'm not seeing an error. Let's try opening up a new sketch. Hmm. Okay. Uh, oh. Do you guys use the dark mode or the default mode? I've never tried the dark mode. Okay. So make 2D array var call array equals new array var. Also, Robert, was your grid working before we made the adjustments in last class? Did it only stop working when you added the new code that from last week's video? Got it. It started to not work when we added the gray stuff. The gray squares. We're working on everyone's code right now. I believe everyone has an error, but right now on screen I have Robert's code. But it looks like yeah, so Robert, Trevin, and Bob all submitted their projects. Yeah, I'm guessing it's something really small, Robert. We'll figure it out. It's gotta be like some type of typo because when we just compared it to my code, it looked like all the logic was the same. Make 2D array. This is good. So this dot I equals I, this dot j equals j, this x I times. Yeah, it's good. Mine false. False. Yeah, I think because last class I lost my code near the end, so then I was a little jumbled. Might have made it a little bit difficult to follow the lesson, but I'm actually going to pull your code, compare the code side by side again, and just really dissect it. Oh yeah, I could see how that would be difficult. Alright. So, side by side. Just do line by line. Alright. -1 return var total for x of okay, 4 bar y off j equals this dot j path. Good. Oh, okay, here's one. This should be rows right here. And your y off. So this right here should be rows. And I know I never switched the columns and rows again, so that's probably why you're confused. But yeah, so those should be switched around. On your line 49, columns should become rows. Calls rows. Alright, cool. And then let's keep going. I don't know. This wouldn't fix anything, but in your show maybe you could add a no-fill. Okay. And if it's revealed, mine. Ooh, and okay, this is a big one right here. This should be on your line 84. Change this dot neighbor to this dot neighbor count. You need a U in here. And then you have this dot x plus w. This should be a t. This dot w divided by 2, right? So your line 84, this dot x plus this dot w divided by 2. Oops. Okay. Yeah, and then grab that one right there. Here, if you need it, I'll copy paste this dot y. Oh, I'm missing a bracket. count mines equals function after line 52. For bar wait, so Ri, if then these two brackets go together, for if these two go together, oh, okay. Hopefully that's the fix. Okay. Oh, so you don't want the don't want to. Oh wait, never mind. I'm getting all thrown off by. Let's see. Yeah, but this for loop here shouldn't be closed yet, because you want this. So this for loop on your y off shouldn't be closed. This stuff should be inside of that. So it should be 1, 2, and then there should be another curly bracket right here on line 60, and this one shouldn't exist. And then it should say this dot neighbor count equals total, and then your function ends. Okay, looks like you pretty did. This dot neighbor count return var total equals 0 var, so yeah, so delete this curly bracket on line 44. and then put one down here on line 50. So delete 44, add to line 50. Oh, yay. Looks like you got your... Ooh, that was a weird error. But your grid's back. On line 46 now. You got your this is is that just happening on my end? This could be an issue with not. But let me see. Show. Try throwing that no fill in. On your in your function show after stroke, add no fill. And then another thing, your text and show right here on the this.y. Okay. Oh, there you go. That was a no fill. You're good. We're all good. Awesome. Okay, and then also if you want to fix this, the count mines to be in the center, just add, so right here I just subtracted 5 to your y, this dot y, on line 70. So I just said this dot y minus 5 plus this dot w. And okay, and then after that we'll move on to Trevin's code. Cool. Yours looks good. Good job, Robert. Glad we found those. Okay. Trevin, hopefully you're still there. We're gonna work on yours now. Okay. No problem, Robert. Alright, Trevin, you still there? Okay. Bob, are you still there? Oh, Trevin, you're here. Cool. So I have your code up on the screen on the left right here, and there's mine. We're going to go through all these lines and try to find an error. So your cell right here, this stop, is this representing the neighbor count? Okay, well, so we need another variable here that's also going to represent whether our mine exists or not. So we need this dot mine equals false. And as you see, you're referencing it right here in your count mines prototype, but we don't actually have a variable that exists. So we need to say this dot mine equals false. And I'm just going to assume that this dot BOOR is your neighbor count, because you're using it in the same way. So this dot mine equals false right here. And then if we go down to our count mines, ooh, okay. So we got a lot to fix with this function. I think so. Take a look at everything that I have highlighted, and then I'm going to highlight your count mines and see if you can make those switch things around. So this is okay. In your for loop for your XOF, you want to have this var I equals this dot I plus XOF, and then this if statement right here, if I is less than 0 or I is greater than or equal to columns, and we continue the for loop, and then close the curly bracket. But this curly bracket is just closing this if statement, and then so you are correct to have this y off within the x off for loop, and then looks like so this j right here, these i's should be j, and you don't want to close the for loop here. Yeah, you can play Minesweeper while you're waiting, Robert. Try to figure out what we still need to add. Okay, cool. Looks like things are coming together. Actually, Bob, I'm gonna pull up your code as well. Okay, so we have Trevin's code in the middle, Bob's code on the left, and my code on the right. Alright. Okay, your cell is good. Let's take a look at your count mines. Actually, so it looks like the only thing that's not working with yours right now, Bob, is the count mines. Is that correct? Because I'm looking at your grid right now. The bombs and gray spaces are showing up just fine. Continue for. Oh, here's a quick fix right here. On your line 32, Bob, you have X off right here. Change this X off to Y off. And I think that should just fix it. I think that's your only error. So yeah, try change that X off to Y off, and then let's see if it works. Okay, Trevor, I'll take a look at your count mines. It's possible that there's errors elsewhere, not just in the count mines. Okay, so now I'm looking at yours, Trevin. Oh wait, let's see if that worked for you. No, still not working, looks like. Okay, var and areas equals grid. Okay, then it's possible it's in this show right here. Mm-hmm. 3 neighbor count starts dot y. Whew. Curly brackets are fixed there. Let's just try to find everywhere we're counting mines. X of. Huh. I'm not seeing anything wrong. Okay, else rectangle. And if this dot neighbor count is greater than 0, we want to show our numbers. Yeah, that looks good. I put this note here, I don't know what that's for. It seems like it's odd that the only thing that's not working is your count mines. We might just spend this whole class debugging. Oh, mine function. Oh, here it is. Okay, right here on line 104, Bob, you say you're using .reveal, but we want to do .count mines in function setup. So yeah, line 104, change reveal to count mines. I got a message saying my internet connection is unstable. So let me know if you need me to repeat anything. But so I just count mines, and it should be count mines and then two opening and closing parentheses, because it's a function, a member function of our cell. So count mines parentheses. Hopefully that does it. Okay, and let me pull your code back up, Trevin. Sorry about that. Okay, so it looked like you got your count mines cleaned up, I believe. It looks like yours is working now, Bob. Awesome. And then if you want to change that, the number alignment, go into your show function. Go to the text in your show function where you're displaying the count mines text, and then adjust the Y position. I just adjusted mine by just doing right here. I just said this dot Y -5. Okay, so Trevin, we have count mines if stop mine is -1, nice return, total 0, x off, -1, x off, good. So I plus x off, good. If I is 0 or I is greater than or equal to columns, continue, correct. Y off equals -1, y off greater than y off, var j equals this dot j plus y off, if. Okay, Trevin, this needs to be, these i's need to be j right here on line 34. Those change the i's on line 34 to j. And then this is good. Oh, and then also you need to delete this curly bracket on line 36 and move it down to line 40. So yeah, line 34, change the i's to j. Line 36, delete curly bracket and add it to line 40. Cool. Got that changed. So now move this did you get it? Sweet, you got it. Awesome. And we should have another curly bracket. Oh yeah, and then so now add you need one more curly bracket on line 40. So you should have 3 curly brackets on line 40. So yeah, get that curly bracket on line 40. Let me know when you have that. You have 3? Oh, let me reload. It hasn't updated for me. Okay, but so then let's move on. Just if you so you should have 3, and then this bottom one right here should be connected with this top one. It should be connected to your opening one for your function count lines. Okay, now let's go into show. Oh, there we go, it updated. Cool. So show, stroke, no fill, rect, good. If it's revealed, and then if this mine, fill, do an ellipse, else, fill, rect, good. If is greater than 0, else if this is greater than 0, then do a line fill. This, okay, good. Your show looks good. Reveals good. Contains is good. Function setup now. Okay, create canvas, columns, float rows, good, or make 2D array. Columns, rows, new cell, IJW, good. Options equals empty array. 1, 2, 1, 2. Columns, rows, push, IJ, good. It's all good. Okay. So you need one more curly bracket. Oh, so on line 1 of 3 you need an opening and closing parenthesis, and then you need a closing curly bracket on 106. So 103 add opening and closing curly parenthesis, and then 106 add a closing curly bracket. Then let me know when you have that. Both of those things. So again, 103 opening closing parenthesis, 106 closing curly bracket. Cool, you got it. So now let's go down. I would add semicolons here when you have the chance. I don't know if it's really affecting anything, but it's just good practice. Because some languages will give you an error. Alright, well, we're gonna keep working through it. Try to find it. Function mouse pressed, I, columns, J, rows, contains mouse X, mouse Y, reveal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, good. Draw. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Delete this curly bracket on line 134. Uh-oh. Did you make an adjustment? Just delete this curly bracket 134. We don't need that there. Because your draw is closed right here. Whoa. This is interesting. That's kind of cool. Okay. Let's try to discover what's happening now. Actually, I feel like this is probably a problem in our setup. Okay. Hmm. This is odd. Alright, I'm gonna copy paste your code into a project. Oh, it's fixed? What'd you change? I'm waiting for your project to update. Oh, so this is still... You still have this then, Trevin? In that case, I'm gonna grab this and put it into a new project. Okay. Yeah, this is interesting. To make 2D array. And did you have, was your grid working fine before? Was it only messed up after we added all the new stuff from last class? I'm gonna add I'm just adding semicolons to everything that needs them, and then I'm gonna pretty everything, make it easier to find an error if it's a curly bracket issue. Okay, I think that's all of them. Oh, what's this? Okay, I'm gonna try to pretty it. Okay, now I'm gonna compare side by side. Alright. So I have your code on this text document, Trevin. Now just gonna compare them again, now that everything's a little more aligned. var total equals 0. This should be all good. I'm assuming we have an error elsewhere because it has to do with the grid layout. And when I click on your grid and everything's working. It's just the... Okay, so here's a quick one right here. Columns should be rows. I thought we fixed that already. Maybe not. So on the y off estimate Trevin, you want to change columns to rows. So not on this first one right here, but on the second one. And then tell me when you have that. And your count lines looks good, aside from that. And I'm actually just going to pull your code up again. Cool, looks like you made that adjustment. Oh, cool. So now let's go again. Do show. No fill, stroke, rect, stroke, system odds, good. Fill, this on non fill. Yeah, good. Okay, your show looks good. Reveal and contains looks good. Okay, let's look at setup. Okay. Oh, okay, Trevor. Right here you say var call and var rows. This should be var calls with an S right here, plural. So change var call to var calls on your line 111. You can see how we're using calls on all these other places. Hmm. Looks like you got that, but nothing changed. Now I'm curious if it's being used somewhere else in your code as col over columns. Okay, that's good. Okay, and then in mouse press, I mean that was working fine. And then draw. That's good. I don't know what the issue is. It's bizarre. Okay. Yeah, it didn't help it. Also, you have some unnecessary semicolons. Oh, or did you just get them? Saw them for a second. Man. Oh, you got them. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna zoom out for a second just so I can see everything. I wonder if it's the I and J variables that we added that messed things up. Oh, check this out. Your cell, you're passing WJI. Try passing IJW in that order. So, on your line 9, change WJI to IJW. I think that should fix it. And I hope so, because we got 13 minutes left here. Hopefully we can get one new function in. Awesome. It worked. Yay. Okay. Everyone's code is working now. Alright, so hopefully everyone is still here. Let's try to get... Yay. I'm glad it works. Okay, let's just try to get one function in here. Okay, I guess let's do we need to this might take too long. Okay, I think all we really have time here is a game over function. Let's just make a game over function real quick. So this is gonna be just a function. Let's make it with our mouse press function because it's not a function of our cell. So we're just gonna call it game over, function game over, and when does game over happen? You guys tell me. When should we use game over? In other words, what happens at the end of Minesweeper if you lose? Or even if you win? Yeah, exactly, Bob. If you click a mine, then it's game over. Or if you don't ever click a mine and you complete the game, then game is over as well. So we need to create a for loop that goes through our entire two-dimensional array. So we just do var I equals 0, and you guys should be familiar with this already. I is less than columns I plus plus for var j equals 0, and j is less than rows, then j plus plus, and then we just say our grid. So loop through our grid ij, and then just reveal everything. So reveal equals true. So this is all our game over is going to say for now. But you're right, Robert, we do want to eventually make it so you can reset without having to just reload the page. But that's probably going to take... That's going to be next class or even the class after that, because we used this whole class to debug a bunch of everyone's code, which I'm glad we were able to successfully do. Unfortunately, it did take the whole class, though. So, yeah, our function game over is just going to loop through our two-dimensional array and reveal everything. It's just going to reveal every single square. And then in our function mouse pressed, we want to say if we land on a mine, then activate our game over. So we can say in the same loop right here, just so after our if statement right here, we can say if we have a mine. So actually, how about I want you guys to try and tell me how can we check if there's a mine? What should we write in this if statement here? If I'll give you a hint. So if grid I j dot, and what should it be? Dot what? And I'll even go up to our function cell, and so which one of these variables do you think we want to be asking whether it's true or false? Right. About if grid ij dot mine is true, then we want to activate our game over. So all we have to type is game over, call our function, and then if we let's try it out. Oh, that was incorrect. I don't think I had a mine there. Yeah, that's correct. Did I put that in the... Oh, sorry. So delete this curly bracket and put it down here. I put that in the wrong scope. So this if statement should be within the scope of this if statement. Right. So now let's try. And... okay, so there should be a mine here. And there we go. And game over. That worked. Awesome. So here's everything we just added. And that's really all we have time for. Let me know if you guys were able to get that. And if not, let me know if you have an error. Okay. Okay, I'll look at your code, Trevor. I might have thrown everyone off with the curly bracket there. Oh, it's got it. Awesome. Okay, so function game over. Oh, Trevin, this has to be grid ij dot reveal the revealed. And that looks like the only problem, because we're accessing this variable in our cell revealed. We're changing it to true. Yeah, line 118. Exactly. Dot revealed. Got it. mine. For some reason, Trevin, your let's look at your for loop, because it's only revealing one row. Eyes, let's them calm. Huh. Okay, let's try to fix this real quick. We have 2 minutes. Okay, so cannot set property revealed undefined on line 118. Okay. Okay, well, Trevin, we'll figure this out right now, but everyone else, feel free to head out, and yeah, and I think we made some. I think we could be pretty proud of what we have so far. We're kind of at the last leg of the project, just adding some final functions. Yeah, maybe I feel like we can, if we are able to avoid bugs, we can kind of knock out the whole project next week. But yeah, so I'll see everyone next week. But Trevin, you can stay, and we'll try to fix this error if you have time. But if not, we can try and get it next week. See you, Robert. See you, Bob. Thanks for tuning in. Okay, so Trevin, do you have a moment to try and fix this error? Okay, cool. Let's try and get it done. Then we can start next class with no errors. I thought for sure the problem would have been the for loop. But it's fine. I wonder if moving this no. Moving our grid up here would do anything. But function setup, no, it didn't do anything. if grid I j dot mine, then game over. One, two, three, four, five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay, let's try and trigger that. So what? For some reason, when we hit the second column, it's undefined. We're accessing something undefined. Oosh. My game just froze. Okay, Trevin, I think I'm actually going to. I'm gonna save your project, just because I think this might take me a little bit longer than I thought. Have I gotta change the project name? But I'm going to. I'll find the error before next class, and you can also try and find the error, and then but yeah, so next class I'll have it all complete for you, and I can just send you the code in the chat. You can copy paste it, or I'll just even show you where the error is. But so yeah, we're gonna have to get that next week. Sorry I couldn't figure it out real quickly. Is that cool with you? Okay, cool. Thanks for understanding, Trevor. And sorry I couldn't get that error, but I'll see you next week. Thanks for stopping by today. See ya.